So we're going to look at frameworks. We want to look at these two frameworks, ISO 27000 and ITIL. You should have got some of those. You certainly need 27001, 27002 and 27000 itself. And then whatever you can find out about ITIL will be kind of useful. And what you are really doing in this section of the workshop is to work out for your version of the assignment, what is the governance framework that you're going to use? Are you going to use that series and that, or are you going to just use that one, or are you going to use that one? You know, you've got and there are many, many others that you could want to use, but I recommend that you're thinking about these two main frameworks. Because what you're trying to do today is get to grips with what framework are you going to use to identify those governance issues with location-based services. And then, you've done quite a lot of work in the last 4 weeks. And you should be beginning to get an idea now of the sort of questions that are being raised in terms of governance. And because you already have had the assignment, you know you're looking at location-based services kind of thing. So putting all that together means you can start thinking about, you know, part of the first section and part of the second section is which framework or what bits of this framework are going to be particularly important as you develop your assignment. And of course, for those of you who are doing the location services based dissertation as well, project, this is going to be quite useful as well to help you find the right questions. Because remember, although the world out there tends to look at frameworks as a way to do things, and a lot of organizations are very, I won't say arrogant, but they're very focused on one framework or another. This is the way we do it here. We use ITIL, we use COBIT, we use ISO 27001 or 2, and so on, or PMBOK, whatever. What I'm wanting you to learn is that frameworks are sets of valuable and useful questions, and you can cherry pick to a large extent to build what's most effective in a particular situation. And that's why I want to expose you to so many different frameworks, because they give you so many different sets of questions. And even if some of them are quite old, they still often contain really valuable sets of questions that help you to really tease out what's necessary at a particular point. And again, it would be kind of useful for you to start building it into some output. I know some of you have emailed me with your ideas, with your various attempts at 400 and 500 words. The point is, here is where I will look at them, guys. Not email to me, but this is the opportunity, because it's much easier, it's much more productive for me to talk to you, because I can talk 4, 5, 6 times faster than I can type, because my fingers don't work any longer very well. So my typing speeds are quite slow. But face to face, we can actually communicate much, much more effectively than at the end of emails and so on. And I do want to see properly formatted citations and references as well as part of that 400 or 500 page. We know about a page. That's what I'm looking for. If you want to build it inside the LNCS template, so you know you've got 400 words in a page, that's great, because it's now available for you. Any questions as we look through that? No? Okay, well what we'll do now, I'll actually leave it running, and I will show you the template itself, which is in Assessments. And you'll see here you've got the assignment itself. Let's make it a bit bigger. Let's make it bigger. There's the assignment specification. This is the template itself, which you can type straight into. And here are the Springer LNCS instructions, and they tell you how to use the template. You won't need to actually do the installation in terms of the instruction, But what you will need to use for much of the formatting is you'll notice at the top, on the right-hand end, is add-ins. And that's where all of your formatting buttons are, whether it's heading 1, 2 and 3, H1, H2, H3, or down here, title, subtitle, author and so on, which I've actually applied to the top here. So they are there, but you can also redo them.
It's not on some
What?
add-ins.
You may need to open up or activate the macros.
Okay.
There's the security on many PCs will say macros in Word documents are dodgy business. These ones, you know you can trust them, so you'll have to activate them and then you'll get them. So this is the first page, and I've already built in the table of contents position, so you just have to right click once you started building the document with the structure headings 1, 2 and 3 levels. Right, you know how to update your table of contents, don't you? Everybody? Anybody who doesn't? Very simply, select there, right click, and then update field, and it's generally a good idea to just update the entire table. And then here is where you start writing. And if you switch on show formatting, you'll see I've put you some spare normal text buttons there, which is that one. So as you write, always remember that you want all the text to be formatted using the normal text formatting. And then you've got various other bits and pieces here for inserting images, captions, and so on. There's a whole lot of stuff there that you can use to format. But mainly headings 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the titles. Well, title, subtitle, author, address, email, abstract and keywords, well those are at the top and that's all you need to worry about. And then down here is where you can put in the references. And what I would like you to use is bog standard Harvard, and I would like the references actually to be numbered. So use a numbered list for the references so that as you sort them, they renumber themselves happily, but do it. It makes it easier for me as part of something else I'm doing if you have numbered references there. But you don't refer to them at the numbers, you just refer to blogs 2010 as a citation. Okay, and then for those who wish to use the marking scheme to help you judge how well you're doing, and so that you can also judge how to get the very, very best results by comparing where you think you are using everything down here. How are you going to get up to the top level here? And think about all of the formatting stuff that, again, I'm expecting perfection, because all of you should be able to do that bit perfectly by now. But we'll check on that in week 11 when you come and see me with your draft version, and I will observe where you are losing points, and I will actually mark you according to that, and you will go away at the end of those few days of checking over, knowing exactly where you are and to a large extent what you need to do to improve it. So there'll be this period, the next session after lunch should give us the 4 hours to see everybody for a decent amount of time. So that's the template, that's how to drive the template and how to succeed with a template. Okay? Any questions? Nope? Great.